What can this man do from his worst ever MotoGP qualifying? We never thought we'd say this, did we? Marc Marquez, 20th place on the grid.
It's still 199 podiums for Valentino Rossi, and the likelihood is it will stay like that by the end of today, but there is some hope.
Him and Danilo Petrucci were fighting for one spot, with Remy Gardner's imminent arrival in the Tech 3 garage next year, and with mounting...
The race will be very tough, physically demanding, you know, and yeah, I hope he can do a good first lap, you know.
And Aleix Espargaro, and it's Mir, Pol Espargaro, Valentino Rossi on row 4, Pol Espargaro, Alex Marquez and Marc Marquez. Brad Binder's always a Sunday charger as well, with work to do from the back of row 7 in 21st place, but they're east of winning the Dutch TT. There's just something magical, something mythical about racing in MotoGP.
Slaps, the Dutch TT is underway. Good start from Vinales on pole position and immediately side by side with his teammate Quartararo. He cuts his nose off.
It's not the start that Vinales wanted. He got the initial launch and then there was almost that contact with Fabio Quartararo. Quartararo's Pol Espargaro just getting nudged by one of the Tech 3 KTMs. Marc Marquez has made a decent start there as well. He's up to 13th. All front tyre overheating in the pack here. He's got to try and get up. Oh, that's close. That's close.
He's nudged it. Contact.
Yeah, he's nudged. Tight early battle here between Quartararo and Bagnaia. Quartararo got in hot into the bolt at turn 9. Ran wide. Bagnaia does find Yair. It is that leads. This was his plan to get out front. Quartararo immediately though on these fast corners with that stable Yamaha challenging through turn 2. Can't line up the entry on the corners with the rear flapping around everywhere. So we're about to complete the first lap. Pecco and Bagnaia, a Moto from Rossi by the way. He's down in 21st place on the opening lap. Marquez had to do that. He's got that Michelin soft rear tyre. Out of that soft rear tyre, he's making it perfectly right now, up to the top 10.
Joan Mir trying to find a way through there on Jack Honda.
It wasn't a good first lap for Miguel Oliveira. He's got work to do to make it 4 podiums on the spinning MotoGP. Started 6, lost 3 at the front.
Rins is 5th, Zarco 6th and Miller in 7th. This is a replay of the start then from Joan Zarco. Maverick Vinales on the approach to turn 1.
Yeah, nice move as well. Brake by Rins round the outside of Vinales going into the first run. This early pace, Vinales has not been able to find a way through.
Where's Alex Rins gone? Rins has disappeared while we were then on that lap. A 33.8 for Quartararo is the fastest lap of the race. What happened to number 42?
Oh, something between him
up Rins, squeezing him out, no room there, and Rins then, his chance of winning, gone.
Alex Vinales is making no impression at all on the Japanese man ahead of him. He's not gaining ground with that soft Alex Rins into the gravel at turn 10.
Quartararo then will now try and get himself closer to the tail end of Pecco Bagnaia. They come around then the final sector, and this is where Quartararo will start to reel in the Ducati out ahead.
But he's in hot, he's in wide now, then Bagnaia trying to use the grunt of the Ducati, and he finds a way back to lead around the outside. So
he does dig deep when he needs to, the number 5. He's got Jack Miller just behind him, and then Joan Mir, who's now holding all of the hopes for Suzuki.
Back to rear Aprilia.
There's a move there from Joan Mir. Yeah, he's just gone through on Jack Miller. There's Miguel Oliveira just going through on Miller.
That was Nakagami that was behind him. There is Nakagami still in 3rd place now. Then Vinales trying to resist the relentless pressure.
Zarco for it. He is. He's going to have a lunge. No room there. That's where he punted Joan.
He only just came out of Q1. Likewise, Joan Zarco. Yeah, no further action. That was just a very hard move by him.
He's doing a phenomenal job so far in 3rd place. He's got a great record here in Assen. He won his first ever race here, leading the line for Honda's covering the top 10.
The question is now trying to work his way through the pack. How much will Marc Marquez burn up that soft ball? Tucked in behind this man, Pecco Bagnaia.
Mir and Oliveira find themselves in a precarious position. They could do track limits warning already this early into the race for Jorge Martin, number 89 in 13th.
Looks like the Frenchman, top of your picture there, that looked like Danilo Petrucci running a now Bastianini well wide into Steckenval. Valentino Rossi's really
out front again. Here comes Quartararo. Look at the corner speed he's got, but he just cannot find a way through some of these one line. Can he make it stick this time? Quartararo it is that leads then across the line here in Assen.
And if it goes to form, if it goes open the throttle, Bagnaia sweeps straight back on through. Quartararo defenceless. He's back in 2nd.
It's clever from Bagnaia because he's using Ferraro to get into the rhythm that he wants to get into. You'd get the feeling that if he got to the front and got half a second lead, it could be bye Fabio.
3 seconds back to Marc Marquez in 10th place.
Nakagami Well placed in third.
3 and 4, it could be good night Vienna, it could be over, because the Yamaha is by far so much superior with its corners so far.
Oh, he's through though now.
Yeah,
Fabio Quartararo is through. Is this the key moment then? Is this the key moment?
For 3 laps and break away from Pecco Bagnaia. Bagnaia this time around can't use the speed of the Ducati to find a way back on through that. The way he was able to get that rear tyre hooked up better than Bagnaia, there was just no stability, no drive grip from the Ducati coming out of
Quartararo then on Bagnaia.
Yeah, and he's coming now to the part of the circuit where the Yamaha excels, where he should be able to put a bit more down. Yeah, look at that, the gap already. Quartararo, he knew if he got to the front he'd be from Jerez when he had the arm pump problems, but normally when Fabio Quartararo puts himself in this kind of position, he tends to take the time then to make the break for the Frenchman. That was it. As soon as he didn't have Bagnaia impeding him, he got straight into the 22nd place respectively.
Well, if he can maintain sight of Luca Marini, he's done a good job. This is the group then, and this is how it looks. Look, things stay the way they are.
I mean, he was 8/10 quicker than Maverick Vinales on that last lap, half a second faster than Pecco. Clear track now, the Yamaha with nobody impeding their lines, this fast-flowing nature of acid, it just plays to their strength. It's a circuit.
Oh, and 7, that's a fast crash.
That's fast for anybody, but when you're 42 years of age and you're 26 years,
absolutely destroyed.
That is a big crash then for the doctor. Dismal day for him. Big Jarvis has slipped back into the 33s, and he's still easily 4/10 quicker than anybody behind him.
And it would be a commanding lead. He'd take into the sun 48 points behind. These guys are all now ganging up on the tail of Pecco Bagnaia, who's been killed and brave.
Again, you just saw Bagnaia's Ducati moving around underneath him, squirming around under Simon.
Oh, look at that though, he just powers straight back through, using the power of the Ducati to come to the rescue. He hasn't got the power.
One of those sort of truck hazard wide load signs on the back of that Ducati, does it, because he's doing a defensive job here. Top end of the circuit, turns 10, 11, 12, 13, that's where he's really having to work hard to keep Nakagami, Vinales.
Vinales can't get through on Nakagami. Miguel Oliveira hasn't yet properly got into his upper head.
Yeah, you've got to feel like it might well be game over already. Lucio Cecchinello's keeping him.
That's overdue and deserves a podium. It's Nakagami. He has been knocking on the door for a year or two. Last year, how on earth?
What Nakagami's demonstrated he's been good at so far this year is he's always had good pace in the last 10 laps of races. Germany aside, some strong pace in the last 7, 8, 9, 10 laps, and that could be crucial here around Assen.
Turn 5 we go. Mir struggling to get past the Ducati of Johann Zarco. Behind those guys the last lap.
Bagnaia actually was a couple of tenths faster than the race leader, but having established that near 3-second gap, he's just put him in. But since then, he's been sick of the sights of Nakagami's
here
rear
he comes
tyre.
again. Nakagami goes through. Fantastic move now. He'll make light work of the Honda again.
The drive was so better. You could see Bagnaia's Ducati, how much it squats on that rear tyre.
It's probably over now, and he's nearly just gone into track limits again as Vinales now challenges Nakagami. Vinales pounces, he goes
and long gone. It's your race leader Fabio Quartararo. Bagnaia immediately comes in for that long lap penalty. He was on such a great run, 5 top 6s in a row, but Miller just losing control on the exit of the 20 seconds or so that was for the factory Ducati team. Bagnaia hauled in for the long lap and Miller out. Well, I was just bigging up his tyre management. He's not just sort of seeing those rear tyres drop off a cliff now, is he?
Marquez is he's always there.
He really
He's always
is.
there. He's in third ahead of Joan Mir and Miguel Oliveira.
Just shows going horribly wrong here for Taki Nakagami. He's in way hot into the first corner. He's going to drop now back down to 9th place.
To stay in the top 10.
Yeah, is it tyres or sometimes Lucio Cecchinello has admitted this himself with great chance of the podium. He's not been able to handle that pressure cooker atmosphere. Is it tyres though that are costing Taki Nakagami?
And that's the same time when Miller had gone down as well.
Miller's been very aggressive, I've got to say, into the Struben. That's where he's having to make a lot of his overtakes. Acceleration, Suzuki are pledging to bring that in Austria 1 or Austria 2. Jorge Martin has retired then. This is
not for the first time then. Ducati's hopes pinned on Johann Zarco in 3rd place. There's Aleix Espargaro, he's in 6th and he's still there. Vinales here at the moment in terms of his rhythm in general.
Yeah, enormous credit to Mir as well. I mean, coming from 10th into
to get into the rhythm that they showed in FP4. Unfortunately for them, it's too late to chase down Quartararo. Further back beyond these guys, you can see Marquez 14th and Rins, who was stone last, is 15th. And as usual, he's lapping as quick as anybody.
Army and Pecco Bagnaia. He only gained that place when Bagnaia came in for a long lap penalty loop as well.
Credit to the American on his first ever visit here to Assen.
Still 9 and a bit laps to go. Still a lot of question marks about tyre life.
You look at someone like Joan Mir and you think, is he perhaps favourite to take? Has fallen behind Pecco Bagnaia into 7th.
The good thing for Maverick Vinales now he's got to 2nd. He's made it to Struben. He's been lethal into turn 5 as Joan Mir. You can see how far Maverick Vinales has checked out.
He is wrestling the front of that Suzuki around here far more than he would like to. Miguel Oliveira also now has got his eyes set on from the horse's mouth there. Rivola pretty much saying, yeah, we'd love to sign Maverick Vinales. So we'll wait and see what happens over the next.
To get out of Yamaha, it looks like Miller in the pits then. And here is Mir, who's putting together another phenomenal ride. Turn 15. Espargaro can't find a way back through, so Marquez up into 7.
This is a great ride from Marc Marquez when you consider
inside that showy helmet, but he's doing an outstanding job.
He's lapping.
Oh, that's
third Try and sort that one out. The gap at the front is still 3.3. Then to recover the bike of Iker Lecuona, what happened to the number 27 then? Oh, he lost the front on the way in.
Another race where he's not going to see the checkered flag, unfortunately. Danilo Petrucci in 13th. We might right now is Fabio Quartararo.
Quartararo has responded.
Yeah, well, he was a podium finisher here.
3.3, but it's been restored to 3.8 again now.
That might have been why Quartararo was dropping into the 33.8s with the...
Through turn 6 we go. Monster Energy Yamaha team on the search here for their lap. Again, it's just come down for the time being to 3.1. Is this Quartararo just managing the situation? Anything above 2.
Well, a bit further back, raging between Bagnaia and Marquez.
Well, Marquez is lapping as quick, and he's potentially chasing down a 6th place finish, which would be a great effort
to salvage a top 6. He said without all the dramas of this weekend, he's felt all the time he's got top 6 potential, and he's been picking up another 25 points as well.
Alex Rins has done a great job getting himself up into 11th.
A good salvage job by Rins to find his way back through on the likes of Alex Marquez, Brad Binder and Danilo Petrucci. That was a tough
left of the Dutch TT when they cross the line next. Quartararo then crosses the line.
Yeah, and the gap between Mir and Zarco, that's coming down. Last 2 laps, Zarco's taken time out of the Suzuki Mano, heads to the beach in the bars. Will Mir be celebrating with a podium?
Oliveira's there as well, isn't he?
Flying to race results this year, Qatar 10th to 4th, Portimao 9th to 3rd, Jerez 10th to 5th. So deep and makes the hard moves. He's aggressive. This has been another absolutely top ride.
Well, he's back in the mix, good and proper.
Yeah, wherever Joan Mir's heading on his summer break, he really deserves. You can see there, Marquez had to check up behind Bagnaia, and that almost let Aleix Espargaro come through. He's just a sitting duck.
Late speed again as well. There are 3 laps to go here in Assen. It's not quite the classic that we saw in 2018. It looks like up to view of the 2.9 second gap. Quartararo completely in control of this one for now.
Being in cruise control. Once he got his head down for those 3 or 4 laps when hitting the front, after Pecco Bagnaia's early was complete control. Marquez still trying to find a way through on Pecco Bagnaia's factory Ducati.
He raced for Pol Espargaro in 10th. He's kind of kept these guys in sight, but he wants to be a Marc Marquez to move into 7th place.
Mir's late rally has been brilliant. A 33.4 from him.
Classic move into the Timmer chicane, and perhaps a little nudge in the process there from Aleix Espargaro. Championship belongs to him.
Yeah, he's been the standout man. So many pole positions. Up on one of his big rivals, Jack Miller out. Pecco Bagnaia struggling in 6th place. And Johan Zarco at the moment not on the podium in full.
Podium since the opening night of the season in Qatar, but you get the feeling that the post-race press conference is the last lap of the race then. Monster Energy Yamaha on the brink of a 1-2. In the background, Mir just about doing enough at the moment.
Credit as well to Bagnaia, because I don't think he would have had to have worked harder too many occasions for a 6th place. Quartararo's crew watching and witnessing another utterly brilliant and dominant performance by their flying friend.
Marquez here has got back through on Aleix Espargaro to take.
But when it really matters, on a Sunday, when there's 25 points and some silverware up for grabs, it's Fabio Quartararo that's mission of the Dutch TT.
He is the man on top form at the moment. 4 wins. Going to be Fabio Quartararo. The Frenchman wins the Dutch TT, and it's a Yamaha 1-2. Their first 1-2 of the season.
Aleix Espargaro took 8th. He set his fastest lap of the race on the last.
Quartararo has been practicing some golf.
Oh dear, that's shocking.
And that just gives you an example as to how good his golf. The backstory behind Quartararo's golf trick there is, I believe that he went to a driving range with Sam Lowes, and he's good as well. Joan Mir, 3 podiums then at the start of 2021 as he tries to defend his World Championship, and that's nice to see as well. Dennis Foggia there going over to congratulate Quartararo, who will take 8th
for the first time. Back-to-back wins in Assen for the factory Yamaha team.
Factory guys are very fast today. Also congratulations to them. But also I'm very happy.
A fair job actually to come back and finish in 11th, considering he was nudged wide a little by Zarco. And with
the summit of the MotoGP World Championship.
Well, he said after Sachsenring he wants to come think about the championship. He just wanted to come here, pull out all the stops and become victorious. There's his manager, Eric Mark,
in the corner on his own in Parc Fermé, kind of just gathering his thoughts and having to swallow and look at these celebrations. Are you with Lynn Jarvis?
I am. Lynn, for Yamaha, does it get much better than that?
The bike suits this track perfectly, our riders love it, but to deliver at the end of the day is never easy. Great.
Gave his all. Frustration again for poor old Taka Nakagami. At one stage we thought that first for that podium. Excellent job by the Suzuki X-Star man. Maverick Vinales doesn't really look like he's Strider, but here is the man who controlled that Dutch TT. He's controlling the 2020 to take victory here in Assen. Here's Eric Drost, representatives of event sponsor Motul, hand for them to take into the summer break. Third place will go to world champion Joan Mir, the 23-year-old Spaniard. First, Iron Boss hands over the trophy to Mir, his 10th MotoGP trophy, second time in a row. The 26-year-old Spaniard Martin de Graaf, the FIM board member, hands over second place to Vinales to mark the occasion. But Fabio Quartararo is your race winner. The Minister of Infrastructure in his MotoGP career, 7th heaven in many respects for Fabio Quartararo. He's going to enjoy the summer break. The Flying Frenchman.